grow up and things change. And things just changed, and it got to the point where actually, if I'm honest, I dreaded Christmas. The partner I was with used to buy stupid presents that nobody really wanted. He used to overspend. He would do very little in the way of preparation, and he would drink too much. And Christmas Day was often spoilt if you didn't like what he bought you, or just because he drank too much, really. There was one memorable year when he bought me the most vile underwear ever. I mean, it's funny now, but seriously, it was the wrong size. I mean, they were colours I would never in my life wear. He tried to tell me he'd spent hours researching it. Yeah, that I probably did believe. But honestly, they were yellows and oranges and greens. I mean, colours you never see me wearing any of those colours. They were just, I mean, it got to the point that it was a joke between me and my friends. It's so funny. And, I couldn't even give it away. Nobody wanted this horrific underwear. And yet he was really annoyed that I didn't jump up and down with excitement that he bought me this terrible stuff. That said, last year was better because he wasn't in our lives. And this year, Alex, I'm actually looking forward to Christmas. I have got so many plans, so many nights out, nights away, so many parties to go to, that actually, I'm actually looking forward to Christmas for the first time in, I can't remember how long. So yay.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yes. A converted Christmas angel.
Oh yes, speaking of which, I brought this along just for you.
Oh, lovely. You look so glamorous.
My angelic face, obviously.
I love that.
I'm going to keep this on just for you.
You can do that. Well, I have my Christmas jumper, so you will get to meet Dolly, my Yorkshire Terrier. This isn't her, but one of my amazing clients sent me a message on Sunday with this picture and said, I've seen this and you just have to have it. So yes, I did. So I thought I'd wear it for you today. Now, I love Christmas. I absolutely love Christmas. The thing for Christmas for me is about giving. It's about everyone being together. It's just having laugh and having fun, eating loads, probably too much, having a bit of a drink.
Gin.
Yes, love a few gins. So yeah, I just find it a really lovely time. I know like people say, oh, Christmas isn't really Christmas unless you've got little kids around, but I love it. I love it.
Good.
I love it.
And lots of people do.
But yeah,
I mean, there's no reason that, people can change though. Things shift, things change, and we change our feelings about it. I think sometimes though, there's a lot of pressure on people to love Christmas, and lots of things can alter that. When things change suddenly, your partners come in, partners go out, and Christmas, when I've not liked in the past, people have been, oh, don't be such a Grinch, just get get into Christmas.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't say that to somebody that didn't like something else. But because it's Christmas and everyone's meant to be jolly, there's this huge pressure that if you're not, there's something wrong with you. But actually, I didn't like Christmas for a lot of really good reasons. And I think it also lost its specialness. I know that there's sort of a running joke off this year in particular. Christmas is okay, and this year good, from December the 1st.
100%.
I know people that have put their trees up already. Julie, if you're watching this, I know you've put your tree up. I know you've done it. I mean, it looks nice, but it's still not December the 1st yet. And I think it then spoils it. When we start it in September, it's lost that specialness of that few weeks that we actually have over the Christmas period. And I think in a way it's a shame. It took away that magic.
Yeah, I think what happens is, especially from a retailer's perspective,
yeah,
Halloween finishes and then that's it. It's like, right, and I think it was early November, there was Christmas cards and whatever in the shops. And I know my son specifically, it's his birthday today. So happy birthday, Jake.
Yay.
And it's my mum's birthday on Saturday. So neither of them want anything to do with Christmas until their birthdays are done and dusted with, which is fair enough. So but my tree goes up on the 1st of December.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, that doesn't mean to say I haven't done most of my Christmas shopping already.
I haven't even started.
Oh, I've got
a list, I think, but
for you or for them?
For them. They keep asking me, what do I want? Well, no, I got their lists.
but no,
I keep getting messages. Can I have this? What about this? Okay,
yeah,
put it on the list. It's fine.
but but like you were saying, Karen, with things change, and I haven't always loved Christmas. When I was a kid, I just couldn't wait. Like, we had my parents, our only children. We both had their parents every Christmas round. We had me and my brother, and then we always used to chat, and we were like, oh my god, when we get older and we have our own families, and it'll be like our mum and dad and my husband's parents and your wife's parents and our kids and it's just going to be like amazing. And things changed. He passed away, and that was, it was back to just the three of us for Christmas, which, and these things take a lot to get used to. But then you've got people like, now I love it. You go through phases where people become like my husband now. He has children from previous relationships. So then you've got a blended family where you're juggling what you're doing. I mean, we had 2 Christmas days for about 10 years. We used to have 2 Christmas days. So we were full on Christmas Day on Christmas Day. And then I'd recook Christmas Day again on the 28th of December so that we could have it with the kids. So, and so many people have different circumstances, and that's aside from the
finances and the pressure to buy and spend so much and be with people you don't want to be with. I think actually last year, when people couldn't see so many members of their family, I know lots of people were unhappy, but I think there were a lot of people that weren't. I mean, I know some of my clients were like, they were really looking forward to it because they didn't have to spend the day with people that, quite frankly, just because they're family, they just didn't want to spend the day with. And there's that pressure, and when you put in, the stress of the cooking, if you get stressed, unless you go get James Martin to pop round and cook for you, which quite frankly would be great.
Or open the gin early.
Well, you can do that, don't you, right? But all of those things in the family that don't always get on, and presents, and someone's got something they don't want, or they didn't get something they did want, and then alcohol mixed into it. I think what we did some research, didn't we? I think families on average have 5 arguments throughout the day. The first one starting at quarter past 10 in the morning.
Jesus.
I mean, and it's meant to be a day of fun and festivities, but at least 5 arguments, and that's just on average. So I don't doubt that some of them start way earlier than that.
No.
Mixing children filled up with sugar and parents who've not slept.
Filled with alcohol.
Well, all right.
And too many mince pies.
Some people drink too much on Christmas Day.
No. But well, what's your Christmas Day routine?
Well, I don't know, because it's changed. So as I say, last year was the first time when it was just me and my children. It was great. I mean, I don't particularly like turkey. My son doesn't like roast dinners. My daughter wasn't that bothered. So last year we ordered an Indian takeaway on Christmas Eve and had that Christmas Day. But this year we're going to go touch more traditional. Me and my son are going to have an attempt at making a beef Wellington.
Oh, nice.
Now, luckily, he's good at cooking meat because he's as you know, he's a competing strongman. He eats a lot of protein, so he cooks loads of meat. It's much better than me. But when it comes to the pastry and the rest of it, I'm paying for it, obviously. That won't be my job. So I'm actually looking forward to that. It's something to do together and chilled out. And we've all decided what we're going to have for breakfast, and then we're seeing friends in the evening. So actually, I'm really looking forward to it. And even if I get no presents, which I know I will because they keep asking, at least I know I won't get any dodgy underwear.
Oh, well, you don't know though.
Well,
you don't know.
That's true. I don't
Santa
know
might
that.
surprise you.
Well, could you tell him to get the right size and something I like, please? What about you? What's your
really
year looking like?
Well, so we always spend it with my parents, but we have an open house policy basically. So anyone that wants to come for Christmas, family wise, we don't. Yeah, sorry, I was gonna have like a few thousand people standing at the door. Our table's not that big, but we, even friends, we wouldn't see anybody on their own at Christmas because it is a time for being together with people. So we're very traditional like that. But we still do a stocking or pillowcase for Jake.
Love a pillowcase.
So a pillowcase for Jake, although it is a lot harder now to try and find just little things that isn't just tat and a waste of money, but that actually are under a £5 or even a £5. It's just, we're gonna have to go back to oranges, a 10 pence and a packet of sweets.
You say that, I started a Christmas Eve box in my house a few years ago. And we still do it now, and actually my kids quite get involved as well, which is nice. But the first year I gave them a Saxon or tangerine, I can never remember which one, because I used to get it as a kid and they were like, what's this? Why have, well, they obviously knew what it was, but why have we got this? Because I used to get one, so you've got one too. Enjoy. Okay, thank you.
No.
But now I don't think it just appears every year just because it does.
Yeah, but it's keeping up those traditions, isn't it? I mean, I remember when we was little, my dad, well, we'd all get up and we'd wear our best clothes, so our Sunday best, on Christmas Day, which was brilliant. But then the thing was, you knew you were getting clothes for Christmas and you wanted to wear those clothes, so you had to dress up again Boxing Day, which was fine. But like my dad would always tease us because we wouldn't be able to open our presents until my grandparents got there. And one set of my grandparents, like they used to come and stay beforehand, but my other set of grandparents, they used to drive. And my dad used to stand in the bay window and he'd look out the window and he'd be going, here they aren't. So if you are listening, mum, or even dad, anyone that's typing in capital letters, that'll be my dad answering. But yeah, he used to do that. But the thing is, now I find that doing that to my son, because he was waiting for some people yesterday and he was like, oh, are they here? Are they here? And I was going to went, oh, here they aren't. And I was like, oh my God, I'm doing that.
Really.
But it is funny. It was funny. But we couldn't open our presents until they got there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we couldn't open our presents until they got there. So yeah, so I think that's why I kind of carried on that tradition of the pillowcase. But yeah, so now like my parents will stay over, or
that's good.
You know, they live like 6 doors away, but
they
still come over.
They can make it down here quite quickly in the morning.
They'll come over, but it's just, you know, they haven't got to get up at 7 in the morning and drive down, because they, you know, they're already here and Jake can just go and open his presents with them. That's fine. So yeah, but only has stocking, and then once we're dressed, then we will open the presents. But yeah, we
have Christmas stocking and bits and pieces, and then presents.
Yeah.
So what about favourite Christmas? Is there anything that you've done in the past that you've really enjoyed? Or is it just the tradition?
Do you know what though? So for me, it's the tradition, but I wouldn't say there's one particular Christmas that really, really stands out. But there is one Christmas that stands out for the absolute opposite reasons.
Oh dear. Okay.
So the second year that my brother wasn't here anymore, I went to my boyfriend's parents for Christmas, and that's the first time I've ever had Christmas without my parents.
Okay.
And so I think they might have had friends over actually Christmas Day, and he lived in Birmingham, so I went to Birmingham, and it's the first time I've met his parents as well. It might be maybe the second time, but anyway. But apart from the fact I didn't like it because it was different, and all my life I'd known Christmas a certain way. But apart from not liking it, I forgot all the presents.
Oh dear.
So I had the presents like from us both, and forgot them all. And also it was his birthday, Christmas Eve, and I'd forgotten his present too. So yeah, I wasn't best. Wasn't popular that year, and it was just like, oh my God, I just need to go home now. So yeah, but there isn't a Christmas that really sticks out. You know, Boxing Day is a brilliant day for us. We always have our friends over. But yeah, and it's just, you know, I think, yes, that you can make Christmas as expensive or as cheap as you like.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know what the situation is going to be with the supermarkets at the minute. I mean, I went to the supermarket yesterday and the shelves are still pretty empty. You know, we've pre-ordered our meat, so fingers crossed we'll be good. I mean, we won't go hungry, you know, definitely won't go hungry, but how traditional it will be, we'll see. But you can make it as expensive or cheap as you like. Same with gifts.
I think you can. I totally agree, but I think sometimes people feel that pressure. So I think it's always best if money is tight or you just don't want to spend it. Let's face it, most of us adults, if there's something we want, we buy it these days. Is to just say to friends, let's just do a card, or let's just meet up in the new year for a drink or something. Yeah. You don't have to have that pressure, because it can be hard. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I do agree, but with, like, for example, my ex-partner, that wasn't really an option, because he would just go out and buy stuff, absolute stuff that, you know, often my son would look at me as if to say, Mum, what on earth's this? I don't want this. What am I supposed to do? And then he wouldn't have any money left. So then he'd expect money from me to make up for what he'd spent. So I agree with you. For me, yeah, you're right. But sometimes there is pressure from other people that makes that pretty much impossible to achieve.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, I mean, I think I've lost my train of thought. My doorbell went.
Yeah, the ding dong put you off, didn't it?
And it completely put me off.
You said to me earlier, I hope the doorbell doesn't go. Well, look, it did.
Yes, it
Never
did,
mind.
but that's fine.
They can wait.
Never mind. Yeah, they'll wait. They'll leave it on the doorstep. Hopefully it's not an important present for Jake. But no, it's all those different things, isn't it? And I think, you know, with the pressures on people, something that, you know, I truly am trying to do more myself is, instead of gifts with people, is give people my time.
Yeah.
Because we have got so busy in everything that we're doing in life, that having time to do things with people just doesn't really happen so much. And I think everyone's just in that rat race and takes their time for granted. So I think if you can give someone, oh, let's go out for the day, let's go for lunch, let's go for dinner, or let's meet up for a walk, and you can give someone that personal time.
I was with you to the last one, but yeah, okay.
but just giving your time to someone, right. I think is in the times we're in now is a lot more I don't know what word I'm looking for, but a lot more personal.
Yeah,
a lot more personal.
I wonder how many people are sitting out there going, no, it's not about the presents. Give me presents. I don't want to see you. Just drop it off on the doorstep and off you go.
No, I did say to Jake this morning in the car, actually on the way to school, I was like, you know, do you like Christmas or do you hate Christmas? And he was like, I love Christmas, obvs. So I'm like, okay, obvs, you love Christmas. I'm like, what is it you love about Christmas? And he was like, I love the presents. And I was like, right. And he went, and I was like, okay. He went, and I love spending time with people. He said, I love it when people come over. So I was like, oh, amazing. I said, what, when our friends come over, when our family comes over? He went, no, when we see our family. So nice. I just thought that was lovely. So yeah, here's a chip off the old block, that boy.
I might go back to not liking Christmas at this rate, you know.
Oh, we're not even at the 1st of December yet. You wait till I've just got me jumper on. You wait till I've got me tree up.
I think one of my favourite Christmases, actually, I'm quite a big fan of not being in the country. So I've been in Tenerife twice for Christmas, which is great. Sun. But I also spent Christmas in France with several members of my family. Granted, the holiday itself didn't end particularly well. People left before they were supposed to, and there were a few disagreements, shall we say. But actually being there with snow and Christmas, we had our Christmas dinner, Christmas Eve, which I loved. And Christmas Day, we spent the whole day sledging and tobogganing and drinking hot chocolate. And that stands out as one of the best Christmases, because it was what Christmas is all about to me. Christmas Day is meant to be chilled out and fun, not slugging over your oven trying to kick a turkey that you didn't want in the first place.
My husband would love to go away for Christmas. He's not a fan of Christmas, really. I mean, he's getting better. Sorry, darling. He is getting better. But like, okay, here's a question for you. Santa Claus, Father Christmas, whatever you want to name him.
Father Christmas.
What age did you tell your children, if you ever had to tell them, that he didn't exist?
I didn't have to tell my children. My son, I think, worked out when he was about 6. I don't know if that's down to his father, I don't know, but he worked it out quite early. And actually the battle for us was trying to persuade him not to tell other people of his age, because they did still believe. So my daughter, as you know, turned 11 in September, and she worked it out. I think she was the last couple of years, but last year definitely she'd absolutely worked it out. And she said to me once, I realised it wasn't Father Christmas because I saw Daddy's writing on it saying it was from Father Christmas. I was like, right. So yeah, that's how they found out. One worked it out and the other one saw something they shouldn't have, perhaps. So they worked out for themselves. But I do think if they're getting to senior school age, you can't really send them to senior school and have them still believing, because I'm not just going to go down too well. That said, do you not think that no matter what age, there's still that little bit in the back of your mind going, does he actually turn up? If I actually went there and sat on his knee and told him what I wanted for Christmas, would I actually get it?
Well, that's not loud now for a start.
All right, if I sat next to him at a safe distance and asked him what I wanted, would I get it?
Yeah, even pre-COVID though, kids aren't allowed to sit on Santa's lap anymore. Or Father Christmas's lap. But I haven't told Jake. I haven't had the conversation with Jake. So as far as, well, he's not admitted to knowing that, but we had the conversation that Father Christmas brings a stocking, because they're not labelled, and then the presents under the tree, are from us, because they have labels on that this is to you from from mum and dad, or from nan and granddad, or from his sister, or wherever. So but I've not. And he's a teenager today, so
he is.
I don't know. Do you think I should have the conversation? Give us some comments in the chat, or just some comments on our.
He probably knows. Page. He doesn't want to admit it in case he loses his presents from Father Christmas.
Yeah, but I don't want to. If he doesn't know, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be the one that breaks his heart. You know what I mean? Supposed to protect him.
Well, trust me, that won't happen, because my daughter worked out a while ago. She's still losing some teeth. That I was the tooth fairy, which is fair enough. I am. And she lost one recently. She went, well, "That's £1 you owe me." So she knew full well there was no tooth fairy, but she still expected me to give her the money. So he'd probably go, "Well, yeah, Mama, no, just keep buying me presents."
Yeah, he does know about the tooth fairy.
Oh, there you go.
He does know about the tooth fairy. Yeah, you're a bit tight though.
Please, good Lord.
Oh, brilliant.
So, Christmas is a mixed bag, really, isn't it? Some years it's easier. I mean, I've lost a couple of friends this year, and I know that, for their families, this year is going to be much harder. I mean, we are going to touch on this subject in our next episode. And I know but we do know that it's Alex is having issues with the phone just now.
I was seeing if anyone was commenting on whether I should tell Jake about Christmas or not.
I'm sure they'll answer you later on.
But yeah,
so we know that it's difficult for people, and just because you love it, don't feel you need to pressure other people into liking it. They either will or they won't. And if you're like me, you're a bit stubborn. The minute someone tells me I should be doing something that doesn't sit comfortably with me, I will probably just carry on doing that, because you shouldn't be told how to feel about any particular thing. And you're not a Grinch if you don't like Christmas, unless you actually are. Obviously, I'm sure it exists somewhere. You're not miserable. Maybe you have got a good reason why Christmas isn't for you. We wouldn't tell people, well, stop complaining about the summer, although we are British, so they probably do. It's sun, get used to it, get over it. Christmas is a mixed bag for lots of people, I think. And they ought to be able to celebrate it or not, as suits them best, without untold pressure from other people.
100%. And and like you said, especially when you lose people, and our next live chat, episode 3, is coming to you on the 1st of December,
when we can start celebrating Christmas,
and my Christmas decorations will have started to go up.
Oh, does that mean we have to sit in front of the tree? Well, you haven't.
No, it won't be fully done. It won't be fully done. It takes me about 3 days to get all my decorations up and out.
I'm sure by the one after it'll be up there, and we can sit in front of it then.
Oh yes, 100%. 100% we can do that. But we're going to be talking more about grief and loss, and just how you can cope with just sudden changes in circumstances around that. So we will be talking a bit more about that on the 1st of December. So thanks very much for watching again.
And do look out for our polls. I'm sure we'll have some more, and we have got some Christmas questions going out from the 1st of December, not before, just so that we can keep in touch. Again, if you've got any questions you've got for us, or if you've got any subjects you'd like us to talk about in the new year, then please do let us know. Otherwise you just have to listen to us talking, which is fabulous. But you might want other subjects too. But in the meantime,
or even if you want to be a guest, you want to be a guest interviewee in the new year, that would be amazing.
James Martin, if you are watching, feel free. Quite happy to meet up with you several times before, and just to make sure that you know what you're going to be saying.
I love him.
In that case, sorry, but you have to also add in here Benedict Cumberbatch. You definitely get him on as a guest. Absolutely. He can sit right next to me, and I can just not speak and just.
I was going to say, I don't think there'd be much talking. There will just be wooing, I think.
That's a scary thought for him.
Fantastic. Oh, brilliant. Well, it's goodbye from Karen.
And it's goodbye from Alex.
Brilliant. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your day. I actually have no idea.